What's happening? It's your boy Sp-aide back with another one. Today we're going to talk about making crazy assumptions with little evidence. So this is in reference to answers why you shouldn't post or you shouldn't go straight to TikTok with relationship problems. These people are not good at relationship. These people in the comment section are not relationship gurus. They don't know what they're talking about either. They're here riding the same emotional roller coaster that you're riding. That's all you're doing. You're exposing your emotional spiral that you're going through right now, and then having a bunch of people co-signing. I swear to God, that's all TikTok is. That's all it is. That being said, you should not go to TikTok for relationship advice. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You're gonna go to people, random strangers, bro. These people don't care. Do you think there might? Now I'm not gonna knock everybody. There are real people that do genuinely care about your relationship, but you think all these people genuinely care to see you in a happy space? There's a lot of people who are in real life pushing their own narrative and perspective, and they're using things like comment sections to do so. And then finding people with narratives that they can attach their perspectives to further push their own agenda. So like, for example, with all the man haters out there, anytime that there is a relationship spat where a female is suspicious about the male's activity, he is instantly guilty. Instantly guilty. That's super weird. That's really weird. Another thing is the woman is automatically innocent. That's super weird. Let me tell you why that's super weird. I thought this whole feminism thing was about progression. I thought it was about progressing society. How do you progress society? We have to progress mentally first. Internally. We have to progress internally and then externally. How have we progressed if we are still using this same emotional thought process as a society that we used back when we was hanging girls for being witches, back when black people were in chains? You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact emotional thought process that y'all are still partaking in, where the woman sad, she must be innocent. Man allegation, he must be bad. You see, that's literally what you're doing, right? Man bad. He get accused, he bad. Woman get hurt, she innocent. That's not the case. That's not the world we live in. And I don't even know why y'all think like that. It's kind of painful. But back to the main point. Don't go to TikTok with your relationship advice. All right? This is what triggered this video. I just seen a video on Derek Branch's page of a girl whose boyfriend is having a birthday. One of his coworkers, who's a female, is going to bake him a cake. The cake is a cheesecake because he said he likes cheesecake. She doesn't know how to make cheesecake, so she said she would learn how to make cheesecake to make him a cheesecake. He tells his girlfriend, and he says, I want to tell you something, but please don't get upset. She gets upset. He tells her that a coworker wants to bake him a cake. Okay? And she thinks he's cheating. Pretty much off of that. So, I'm not here to say who's right, who's wrong. I don't know. I'm just kind of using her situation as a conduit to further push more knowledge on the situation, so then anyone who sees this video in the future can avoid this situation. I'm using her as an example, so you as a viewer can avoid this situation if need be. If you don't need to avoid this situation, leave. Why are you here? Duh. But yeah. Don't go to TikTok with your relationship problems, okay? She went to TikTok during an emotional turmoil, knowing diddle. She doesn't know anything. Doesn't know anything. Y'all don't know nothing. We know nothing about this woman. We know nothing about their relationship. We know nothing about how they are at work together, if they even work in the same department or however his job works. Maybe she's in a totally different side of the building. There's just so much that we don't know, and it just blows my mind how y'all got so quickly to this assumption with so little evidence. You know? Isn't that weird? Isn't that just a little strange? Someone bakes someone a cake, and that's the only evidence that you have for your boyfriend cheating. Is kind of weird when you hear it out loud. Sounds kind of funny. Sounds like an episode of a sitcom. AKA, I can't really take it that serious. Not because the situation ain't serious, but because you don't have substantial evidence. Whew. Now this brings me back to my other point. Or this brings me to my other point. We need to treat things like how we do in the legal system, or how the legal system is supposed to treat things. That's a whole nother subject. I wouldn't make any harsh assumptions without first having substantial evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Be like, don't say anything. Don't trip about it. Don't even, you feel me? None of that. You feel me? Even if you are, control it. Don't conceal it. Don't eat it. Don't try to force it down. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying control your emotions. Control your emotions and just breathe and focus on thinking clearly. Right? Because you don't want to falsely accuse somebody. That's bad. That's just bad as cheating, honestly, because that can just ruin a person's anything, ruin a person's future relationships. You know, who knows? So you don't want to make accusations. So this is how you should have went about it logically, right? Okay. This lady is baking your boyfriend a cake. Okay. Two things occur. One, you know that there is another female woman with some type of interest in your man. Some type. All right, we don't know what type, because like we know there are just normal people can just be friends, man. People can just be friends. We know this. Don't act like that. Don't act like people can't just be friends. I see it all the time. All the time, bro. Maybe not so much with younger people, but older people. You know, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s. Yeah, they're not all going around smashing each other all the time. Some of them are. Of course, that's going to happen, but you don't think there's like 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds that are just friends that are male and female? Like, bro, you're crazy. You're crazy. You got to get out of that bubble. So now you're aware of that, and she's on your radar. 2, you're aware that your husband is, not your husband, your boyfriend is somewhat comfortable with this female on some level. On some level. Whether it be acquaintance, whether it be friend, work buddy, or what we don't want. You know? Like I said, it could be anything. This is what you do, or should do. You of course, need to go and see this woman face to face, but not confrontationally. Not confrontationally. Very logically, very calmly. You know, just maybe one day surprise your boyfriend, be like, I want to bring you lunch to work one day. You know, ask him to show you around his job. You know, and introduce you to some of his coworkers. Now, if he has a problem with that, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Because there shouldn't be no reason why he wouldn't even. Why wouldn't. She's asking you to show her off. You should just go show her off and then back home. You know? If he has a problem with that, that's a huge red flag. Huge red flag. But if he lets you go around his job, lets you see her face to face, you can introduce yourself, you can tell her that you're the girlfriend and and you know, just let your presence be known. You know, just let it be known. Just let your presence be known. Do it very logically, do it very calmly, do it very elegantly. You know, you're a female, you know what I'm talking about. But that's how you should have just handled it. I don't think going to TikTok and having a bunch of people ride your same emotional wave is helping anything ever, 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 ever. And it's not personal. This ain't personal because it doesn't just happen for people on TikTok or just to her. People do this with world events, sporting events, celebrities. Get way too into that emotional wave that they want you trapped in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a drug, you know what I'm saying? Because you get that dopamine from having people who agree with you. So now you feel like you're right. And since you feel like you're right, you're boosting your ego. It's like false self-esteem. It's like fake self-esteem. Because once you break it down and you actually confront these people face to face with facts, not facts, truth, they crumble every time. They crumble every time. You know, so that's why you can't really go to these people with advice. You can't really go to TikTok and be like, yeah, this is the place I should go listen to figure out if my boyfriend's cheating. No, you yourself need to get off your phone. You need to put your phone down and you need to go work on your relationship. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do.